Hi there, welcome back to Being Your Brave. I hope you're doing well. And for today's episode, I wanted to share my thoughts on AI, how I went from hating it to seeing the positive impact that it can have, and yeah, just my views on the whole thing. So I think this whole AI revolution and all of it started with ChatGPT first, and people were amazed with how it was able to bring in better results than humans, or at least be more efficient. And I think it has gotten better with time. I personally don't enjoy using it, but I can see how it can help you with formal emails and the research aspect. But yeah, I'm not too crazy about it. And I had this aversion about the whole topic of AI because I was all about humans have so much potential. Why don't they get it? And why is everyone so afraid about this whole AI thing? And they are way more better than anything that a human creates because at the end, AI is created by us. And I know people have that fear that it might become something of itself and serve as a threat to us. But I still feel I look at humans as gods because we have that element within us. So, how can anyone compete with God? Like, that is firstly my whole perspective on the topic. And secondly, nothing that is created by AI has ever made me feel moved or has blown my mind in the way that human work has. So, anything that a human has created has stayed with me, has blown my mind away with the capacity and the beauty that a human can produce and the lengths that we can go, and yeah, just in general how much power we do have that we don't use enough. So yeah, every time there was a topic of AI, I used to get super bored of it because I never gave it as much importance, even though I knew that we had to find a way to normalize it in our lives and it was going to become something we use on the daily basis. But I never looked at it as something superior to me or a threat that will take my job away or comes with a level of intelligence that I will never be able to match. So I don't think that is the case and that ever will be the case. So, yeah, the one thing that I am super excited when it comes to AI and all the advancements that are happening is finally people are starting to think about who we are beyond the menial tasks that we do. And if you feel that AI will take your job over and are scared about it, you should be, not because someone's efficient at it, a robot is efficient at doing it, but because was your job even worthy of you in the first place? Or it was just a means to live a life filled with compromises? So, yeah, I hope these changes happen, and people start to question things and realize that whatever they do needs to come from a place of solid intent and creativity that is solely dependent on them, because now they are forced to think out of the box. Now they are forced to create something that AI can't. Now they are forced to stand out. And that is what we should have been taught since the start. It is just a disgrace that we have been brought into these circumstances because of this robot who can do things better than us. But we were never meant to do tasks that don't push our creative limits, that don't define us, that can be done by anyone in the world. So, yeah, in that sense, I'm genuinely excited for how people are going to shift the way they live and work. And we are already seeing those changes. There is no doubt about the fact that most jobs will be replaced by AI, and it should be because most jobs are repetitive, monotonous, mechanical, and boring. And if we can find a way to create something that is constantly evolving, pushes us to use our brains effectively, helps us to use our time for things that actually matter, and is an absolute delight to do, how wonderful it would be. So, yeah, instead of hating on it or how bad it is or how it will take our jobs away, I can only think of it as another reason for us to double down on ourselves and finally realize that we are more than these machines. And I know all of what I'm talking right now sounds like a fairy tale, but even if the people at the top, the ones who are leading companies or are in roles that guide others in a particular direction, if even few people are able to exercise their creativity better, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to create something that can compete with an AI, that can serve humans in a better way, and we can all come together to join them. So, yeah, there's always hope at the end of the tunnel, and I don't think our future is grim. It is ripe with opportunities, and we're probably at the best time in our lives to be able to witness that change. I also love how our generation is not putting up with shit and trying to clear it all up because we have a lot of options at our disposal. So you can't just expect us to work crazy hours for peanuts and treat us in an unhealthy manner because the internet has given us the resources to think better, learn better, and perform better. So, yeah, just how internet changed everything. I know AI will change everything, but the choice is on us. If we are going to keep looking at the cons and forget about the opportunities that it brings, then it will always seem like a threat. But the fact that you don't have a job is not an outside problem. It's because you haven't taken enough efforts to improve your mental, physical, spiritual, financial growth. So instead of worrying about what AI will look like and how it will change our lives, in a negative way. We can look at it as this wake up call to finally flip our lives 360 degree and take that control back in our hands. So, yep, I feel that's all that I had in my mind to share as of now. Just a little side note, if I upload super short or super long stuff, it's only because I go without a script and I like to talk only till the point that I have anything that is substantial in my mind. And once that's over, I'm done. So, yeah. So, if anything sounds abrupt, it's mostly just my mind is empty now. I have everything in place and it's done. The rant is over. So, yeah, I hope this changes the way you think in some or the other way. If you've made this far, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, edit. I I don't know how when where I'm gonna add this part, but basically I recorded this whole episode and I realized I've forgotten a few points which are coming to me right now. So here's an attempt to share those ideas. So yeah, firstly, I feel the amount of attention and craze around AI is really not worth it. I don't see that amount of craze and attention for human potential, discovering our divine side. Like, there's literally no talk about it because people feel that cannot make you money, but that is literally the basis from where your whole being can transform into a living god-like personality, but we don't hone it, we don't respect it, we don't put efforts to nurture it. So, yeah, there are always going to be hundreds of problems on the outside, if not AI, something or the other that will go wrong in your life. And that's just how life is. It's not pleasant, but there is a cheat code and a very good one that can save you from all of the problems, trauma, frustration attached to you. And that is literally just your spiritual growth and making it a non negotiable in your life. And I know people get a bit put off by the whole term God and spirituality. So you don't have to specifically use that. You can make it yours and call it whatever you want to. Call it energy, call it a gut feeling, call it emotion, call it connection, whatever it is, whatever feels comfortable to you. You know, there are moments in your life that you felt something higher, and there is a way to feel that constantly, every single moment of your life. So, why aren't you doing it? So, yeah, there are many, many ways to grow spiritually. But for that to happen, you need to choose it actively in your life. You need to give it as much importance as you give to every random thing that happens around you. And the reason why I will never stop talking about it is because I don't see enough people focusing on it in the first place when it has to be your main priority. And for the ones who might not get it at this point and just feel like it's rubbish, I can only empathize for them and hope that they can experience what I experience and open up their minds. But for the ones who are already on that path, would know the feeling you carry with yourself throughout the day and the vibration at which you exist is always of this undeniable belief that life is working out in your favor and you're not lost, you're not alone, you don't need to suffer anymore because you are connected with your true self. And if you haven't tried it out already, I don't mean to scare you, but you will have certain experiences in your life where you won't be able to take it anymore and will have to come back to yourself. So instead of waiting for things to get worse and feeling all the more helpless, I would suggest starting right now in whatever capacity you can. Be it through creative projects, through meditation, through reading, through serving others, through journaling, through traveling, whatever it is that helps you connect with yourself and discover parts of who you are, start that journey and stay committed to it because that's the only thing that will matter the most in your life.